Hey everyone, in this video I'll be talking about my Marincess deck. Marincess is simple to play and quite cheap, great combo deck for beginners. It's simpler than Sword Soul and, in my opinion, more suitable for competition. Playing a powerful card like Dominus Impulse is a huge advantage, but it falls far short when compared to Cyberse decks like Mathmech or Melisse. We can't use strong generic Cyberse cards together, because the Marincess archetype both locks us into the water attribute and forces us to be overly reliant on link arrows. These are the reasons why we can't use most of these cards you see here effectively. For the combo, we must follow the link arrow, but our main link 1 monster with the directional arrow is locking us into the water attribute. If we go with the seahorse line, as if all that wasn't enough, we can also only summon our link 1s once per turn. If you use the effect on these cards you see, you'll also enter a waterlock. I think icejade cards are the cheapest and most effective secondary engine we can add to our deck. Zelantis is the boss monster that easily allow us to wipe our opponent's field in the second turn. Finally, these cards you see here are ideal for giving us an extra advantage. You can swap icejade synchro with Splash Mage, but I wouldn't be surprised if Splash Mage gets banned soon. You can find the deck list at the description as always. Our deck has 3 main starting cards and plenty of extenders. The common feature of starting cards is that they can summon total of 2 bodies. Coral Anemone can special summon monsters from grave as an effect and recycle anything from grave if it goes to graveyard. But Marbled Rock recycle any card as an effect. Also after the turn they have sent to graveyard. Pascalis can help the grind game. Before we get to the combos, let's talk about our main plan. 1. Place monsters that are unaffected by the opponent's cards. We can achieve this in 2 ways, easy and hard. After that, of course, you need to unleash more than 1 monster negate disruption and survive with enough advantage to defeat our opponent in the next round. You can take a screenshot of this because it can be hard to remember at the beginning what you need and how much of each card you need or what you should do during a combo. Ready? Let's move on to the combos. Because Trickstar Aqua Angel is a fairy, we may make mistakes and can't summon many generic Cyberse locking cards at this turn. But I love this line the most because I can look my opponent's hand and make my plans according to it. If you want to mix and match more Cyberse cards while playing this deck, you need to send Seahorse to the grave instead of Aqua Angel with the Blue Tang effect, and add Seahorse to your hand with Blue Slug. The rest of the combo is more or less the same. However, after adding a card with the Blue Slug's effect, you cannot summon a card with any attribute other than the water attribute. If I started with Blue Tang and don't need its Excavate, I always chain block Sea Angel's Search to protect it from Ash. So I activate the Sea Angel effect first, then the Blue Tang effect second. In this clip, I'll show you the combo that starts with Seahorse. This combo puts us in the waterlock right from the beginning. I generally prioritize field spell in my combos, but it completely depends on the hand. I always strive for the best end board and chart my course based on my interactions with my opponent. Here, you need to decide based on how much your opponent bothered you and how good your hand is. If your hand is good, go for the Coral Triangle and search the trap card. Then summon Aqua Argonaut if you can. If you can't do that, and your opponent drolled you, summon Marbled Rock and attach 3 cards to it. This will increase Marbled Rock's attack to 4,500 and give you a slight chance of survival. If you noticed earlier, I used a field spell to chain block the Coral Anemone's graveyard to hand effect. You can do this as many times as you want per turn. Since my hand is good enough, I'll continue with the full combo. Finally, I'll show you what we can do with just one starter. And I'll do this without using any generic Cyberse cards because I don't think it's necessary. The Bubble Reef plus Marincess Wave combination will provide an inboard with high attack power that's unaffected by anything and lets us to draw a card on the opponent's turn. I target this inboard depending on the opponent's hand or if I can't start going first because thanks to this board, maybe the card I draw could save me. And if the opponent can't beat me, I can rebuild my field with Coral Triangle on my turn, giving me another chance. This is the effect I'm talking about. If we survive, we won't be starting our next turn from scratch. Now that I've shown you the most important combos, let's take a look at my match highlights. Knowing your opponent's hand is one of the most powerful things you can do, especially if you have knowledge of Yu-Gi-Oh! You can plan against your opponent's deck. Knowing that my opponent was playing the Dragonmaid variant of their Dracotail deck reassured me. Ah, shoot. You can't beat their lucks, but we can still win. I won't touch the opponent's spirit with eyes of blue, because that will lock them to the dragon.